Shall we take it? Chair Adewale Adeni, MFR.
Why are we here? A number of reasons. First, leading my colleagues from the customs first to convey a sincere wish for a successful tenure of duty, to congratulate you for your appointments as the Honorable Minister of FCT. FCT is indeed a very strategic structure in Nigeria, and we believe that if we get it right in FCT, we'll begin to get it right in the country. For so many of us Nigerians who are old enough to have followed your track records over the last decades, first as holding a number of appointments and Rivers, then as minister here in education, and then of course as governor, and now as minister. We know that you have left a track record of achievements everywhere we go, everywhere you have been to. There's always a talk about Hurricane Wike, and we know that Hurricane Wike leaves in its wake sterling records, performance, solid performance. That is very, very verified, very valuable everywhere we have been. And we believe that you will leave this office with those records. We believe that we are going to see transparency, we're going to see integrity. And we believe that Nigerians will be very, very correct to look forward to see an FCT that is smart, and Abuja city that will be proud of as Nigerians, as Africans. So we want to really wish you the best of luck as you start this journey, of course, alongside the Honorable Minister of State and the officers who will be assisting you to drive this vision. As an agency of government, our mandates include revenue generation, anti-smuggling, trade facilitation. And for those that are familiar with our operations, a good number of these happen in the port areas, in the border stations, in various excise duties, a good number of them outside the FCT. But then we need a policy that will drive all these operations. The policy sits here in Abuja, where we have the headquarters of Nigeria Customs Service. So for us, FCT is not only critical for customs operations, it is also very, very strategic. In addition to the headquarter formation, we also have a command, the FCT commands, which administers the operations that we have at the airports and a couple of other excise operations that we have around. We have the number changes differently, but at any given point in time, we have between 2,000 and 2,500 customs officers who work around the FCT. And we have a number of our training facilities that are here. We have a very big medical hospital in Karu. We are quite represented in virtually all the places. So we would consider ourselves as a very big stakeholder in FCT. And this is why we have made the issue of compliance with FCT laws, FCT regulations, a very important part of our mandate. I always want to start with how we portray ourselves in our headquarter buildings. For example, when I was public relations officer, I used to talk about the fact that we must not allow our driving, the parking of our vehicles around our headquarter building to create nuisance for other users around the place. And this is one area in which we can show responsible corporate citizenship in what we do. Now, these 2,500 officers that I talked about who work and live in FCT also come with their families. Most of the time, what we do is that we put their kids in schools around the FCT. And we all know that schools around the FCT, particularly those ones that are private, it creates a lot of pressure for our officers to keep their kids in these schools. A good number of them do not have enough access to public school, but we need education for our kids. We need very good medical provisions for them, and we are working with appropriate agencies in the FCT to ensure this is done. For Your Excellency, the customs would want to contribute our own quota to educational development in the FCT by owning our own school, both for primary and for secondary school. And one of the things that we would request as a valuable stakeholder, government, and a strategic partner for that would be the provision of adequate land for us, so that we would be able to build effectively, put up facilities to provide primary and secondary education for our families. If I have the opportunity, I'll also be following up on a number of other requests that we have written. But since I would want that to be in a closer session, I will request that when we are done with this, I will come and...
What you want to request is the land that was revoked.
Every Nigerian knows your prowess about cooking. We also don't know that you have mind reading ability. So now that you are beating us to the game, we have a number of other requests which I will put to you. The one that was revoked. We're trying to build an international conference center, and we also have that application. We have already written 1 or 2 letters to request a reminder and a follow-up to that. Since you have time constraints, I want to say a very big thank you for accepting to receive us at a very short notice. We wrote to seek this audience, but the one that we will not write to seek audience for will be when we know when next we are going to cook, and then we will work with your protocol units to put this up in the Guinness Book of Records for the best VIP cook. Thank you very much. Once again, I appreciate you.
Probably, I didn't say that. Gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, let me, on behalf of the Honorable Minister of State and the management team, really welcome you and your team to the FCT. And like I said, it's one government. You have a lot of things to play. Part of the sharing of the fair allocation you contribute. And if you don't make so much impact, it will reflect on our application. So we do everything possible to see that we support the custom services to achieve their aims and objectives. At the end of the day, I think there is need hope agenda of Mr. President. But I must tell you the truth. We have a handicap where government agencies will always seek for land for the FCT to start development. Years and years and years and years. And we don't find it very charitable. There's no need of giving us land and you will not develop. Doesn't make sense. Before you know it, it's converted to where we share it amongst ourselves to the gardens. When we have not managed those areas as gardens. Schools, very important. You not only have children that will go to those schools. Our own children, other groups of children will go to those schools. My policy now, before I approve land to the agency, that they will commit that will develop this land within so number of years, if it is not developed, the government, the FCT should take back their land. I will not allocate land that will be for kingdom. You keep land for 20 years, no development. So you must convince me that really we are indeed serious to build schools for our staff and their children. And to assure you, we're giving you a number of years. If that is not done, FCT take back their two. Even though it is in the federal policy that you must pay a grant, this time around I want to go further. That in granting you this, that you must be paying a grandparent as at when even though it is stated in the CFO, this time around we shall not give you notice to pay. A tenant must know he's a debtor. You don't need a landlord to come and tell you have not paid for last month. You know you're a debtor. Because we too depend on revenue to survive. Without generating the required revenue, we cannot survive as a territory. So, just like you have blocking loopholes, leakages, we are also trying to block loopholes of revenue that will accrue to us. Yes, that's sure. I want that we will have to use it. But the general council is there, the legal advisor is there. They have to put themselves in bring the application, sign it, and give to the director of lands. They make sure the land that you can use, not to go and seek for land that we want 300 hectares. No way, you don't even need more than 50 plus of I'm not saying for example. So it is not going to be just to come and collect huge land. Then we're going to pay compensation for the crops. At the end of the day, you are not going to use it. No, we will not do that. You must get that for purposes of what we are doing. If 50 hectares, we can also pay for fisher development. We can add another 20 hectares for example. That was supposed to be. I wrote a letter on schools, the revoked land. Very bad. Very bad. Very, very bad. And what do I do? An agency of government investment. So I will give you some kind of,
flexibility.
Look where I can run away from. If we say we'll give back that land when we are revoking, it will look like we are not serious. Every agency of government will come. Nigeria is such a country that the moment they hear that we are giving to custom back, all the other agencies will also run back to what we decided to do. Now that we give you free to use it, we will not sell it to you. We now sell it to
customs.
Then we use the money and develop.
Yes, exactly.
Then
Yeah.
we give you for you not pay our grand
Right.
You see, we must. Government must show that serious consequences. The government can give you for how many years? How many years now? Nobody wants to develop nothing. The only way you have had was revoked. Then I saw your letter and laughed. I think my brother, I will give you opportunity to buy the land from the city. And then will give you the value of the land now. It's about 5 billion, 6 billion. We are going to make a lot of money to do projects. But frankly speaking, we'll look at it and then see what we will do. But if you are going to pay penalty, you will pay penalty. So that's what I could say to you. I'm not going to do anything that will not make you to succeed in your dream. But if you see this application for the schools, please don't expedite. And also thank you for the few months you've stayed. I can see the how effective and how functional. I have not said that it cannot be functional, but at least You can see more actions taking place and commend their team. And they should continue to support you. One thing I can tell people is that when you support who is at the head that time, you can't be there forever. You, but they also be there. People will also support you to succeed. But if you pray for him to fail, even if because there one time you also fail. I pray that thank you support him to succeed. Who will support him to succeed? Even there you think you have a good place, let us know. I'm following your track, your record. I'm not disappointed with what you have done. So on behalf of the Honorable Minister of State and our team, we sincerely thank you for this effort to cooperate and work together. So please send on the data as quickly as possible so we can make process. Thank you, God bless.
And in our landlords that we are all working. Thank you very much.
Come to the end of this afternoon's event.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.